All righty, boys and girls, welcome aboard for this special edition of State of the Atmosphere. It's our Thanksgiving edition. We won't have our regular show tomorrow, so we're going to do everything about Thanksgiving today. So let's get started here on State of the Atmosphere, turkey and all. All right, guys, welcome aboard for State of the Atmosphere Thanksgiving edition. What are you thankful for in 2022? I'm your host, Joe's Atmosphere, and I've got a few friends with me tonight. Starting off, it's my co-host from NFL pregame party, Knock. How you doing there, Corona
I'm
Man?
sorry. I'm sorry. Let me put that down. Sorry. Hey, how's it going? How's it going?
You can tell he's off tomorrow, man. What's up,
Yes,
dude? How
I
you
sure
doing?
am. I get one day off. Back on work on Friday, but I have
Yes.
tomorrow off.
But
It's all
hey, you
good.
got tomorrow off. That's good. That's
I do.
good.
Yep.
All right. And we also got John from Das Wolfen from Pop Culture Minefield. How you
Yeah,
doing, brother?
I'm doing good.
What are you doing all right? You all set for Thanksgiving?
Oh yeah.
Oh, very good. All right.
One.
Well, we'll talk about what we're doing for all that here in a minute. Let's get our last guy in here, and who knows who else will show up. The guys pop in and out of here all the time. But we also have from Pop Culture Minefield the guy behind the scenes, Martin
Hello.
Acosta Santana. What's going on, man?
Everything's fine. Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you?
Hey, man, I'm doing great. Before we get started, I've got to let you guys know what I am the most thankful for right now this week. And that's going to be, hang on one second. Let me get this up real quick. I have finally completed a project I have been working on for a while. You guys know I haven't been streaming too much because I've been working on a friend's sign for his business, and I finally got the thing finished, man. And here is the finished product. Here, let's see. And somebody's banging me on the phone. I'm gonna have to get that quiet. But that is the sign outside of Excalibur. I got it. I finally,
great.
finished cleaning it up this morning. And when I'm saying cleaning it up, I had to when I started it, guys, I had to start it like this. I had to prime it. Hang on, I just messed up and hit the wrong thing. I had to prime it like this. Um, it was on glass, and I use a projector to get it up there. So I had to prime a huge area of it. Well, you see, that's not on there in this picture now, because I had to go in with a razor and cut all that stuff off. Of course, it's on glass, so you can. It's like scraping anything off of it. Matter of fact, somebody could come along tomorrow with a razor and scrape all that off. You know what I mean? It's on glass. So, but yeah, finally got that project finished. And looking forward to seeing how it does over time. Really, I told him, the guy that owns the place to make sure and wash it with stuff that's non-abrasive and stuff like that. And if it got nicked up at all, to call me, and I've got plenty of the paint left, so I can fix it up for him. But yeah, that was a project that I haven't done one of those in a long time, and that's I've only painted on glass twice. And the first time I did it, what's funny is the guy that works at the place, his name is Mark, and we've known each other since we were knee high to a grasshopper. Okay, we graduated high school together. We're really good friends. Matter of fact, some of the first comic book work I did was spending the night at his house doing. I think it was the Night Stalker, Carl Kolchak, the Night Stalker. We were making a comic book of it because that was on TV at the time when we were kids. Anyway, he suggested to the boss I do it because when we were kids, we had an arcade across the railroad tracks from our neighborhood, and I painted the side of a centipede machine, a joust machine, and I think it was a Galaga machine. I painted the three of those on three different panels outside that arcade, but I did that freehanded. This you can't freehand. You know what I mean? It's got to be exact. That's exactly what their logo looks like. So that's what I'm thankful for to start off with. But let's go around the horn and see what you guys' plans are for Thanksgiving. Knock, what's going on with you? What are you doing tomorrow? I'm sure it's football all day for you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, football and turkey. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Parents' house, and we're gonna be sneaking around here. I think at least one or two of my brothers will be swinging by as well. We got a turkey and everything, and
Yeah,
we're doing that. And yep, we'll be watching football pretty much all
you
day.
you guys go outside and pitch the ball, or no?
No, I'm the only real football enthusiast in the family.
Yeah.
So one of my brothers, he kind of roots for the Buccaneers ish, but he keeps up with football ish. But yeah, I'm the only one. I would have better luck with my nephews.
Yeah,
play football. So, but I don't think they'll be here tomorrow. So
okay. Well, sounds good. What about you, John? What you got going on?
Oh, I'm going to my cousin's house in St. Louis.
Okay.
It's across the state for me, but so it's a few hours drive to get there. But we're having
Missouri's a big state.
Yeah,
it's pretty big.
I've driven across both directions several times. So
I'm trying to think where we went to. Rhonda has a relative, an uncle. I think it's in Springfield where he lives. Now Missouri's right above Arkansas, right? You drive through Arkansas. I would drive straight through Arkansas by way of Fort Smith in the northern part of the state, and then come in that way. That's the way I'd come up. Yeah. Well, that sounds good, man. What about you, Martin? What you got going on for Thanksgiving?
Nothing. We do not celebrate Thanksgiving in Mexico.
Really, man? Oh, okay. All right. You don't have anything like that?
No.
Oh, wow. That's tripping. Well, if you're a football
at this
fan,
point, it's all about turkey. So if you can find a day to celebrate turkey, then that's all you really need.
There you go. That's all you need, man. That, and you have to have time off when you have turkey because that's what's it called? Tryptophan? Is that what it's called?
Tryptophan.
Yeah.
Knock your ass out. It'll knock you out. You be out.
Give you that food coma.
You know what, man? Big time. What is that noise?
Is the sonar going off again?
I don't know what it is. I thought I put my phone on silent. I did put it on silent. Okay. I'm about to freak out. My wife. Oh, it's my wife's pad. She was in here doing work last night. I got suckered into what was that show I was on last night? Oh, Toxic Tuesday. They were doing Goldfinger, and they asked me to come in there, and I wasn't ready for it because my wife was over here doing all kinds of crafts last night. Yeah, it's her pad going off. That's what it is. Somebody's probably getting her. Matter of fact, she's out right now delivering stuff. We had a good time at this. I don't know if you guys watched my comic stream this weekend, but it was I wasn't drawing. I was actually out promoting my stuff at a craft show this weekend, and I was also open up commissions on my portrait art since I knew I was about to be done with the sign. And man, I got so many friggin' commissions the Friday of the show that I had to stop taking them for Christmas. All right, what's up there, Cranges? Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for watching, man. Yeah, I mean, it was very profitable. And my wife, she did great. It was the best show she's ever had. I think she made like 500 in 2 days, man. She did a good job. It was a lot of fun. It was look, I took vacation last week, didn't work at my job at all last week, and I worked more last week than I have all year. I was on that sign every day, 8 hours a day, and then we had that craft show Friday and Saturday. So, yeah, it was good stuff. So, I'm going to open it up for discussion. What are you most thankful for? And it could be anything. It could be a movie. It could be something that happened in the news. It could be a situation that's happened with you at home. Like I just detailed, I'm really glad to be done with that sign, because that, dude, any artist will tell you, painting in a straight line and making a sign is about the most soul crushing work you can do, man, if you're an artist, because it's just, it's tedious. But what are you thankful for in 2022? I'll leave it open for anybody.
Well, my sister had back surgery this week, and she's home. It went fine. In fact, it went easier than the doctors expected it was going to go.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
she's already starting. She was already walking that after, hours after she'd had her surgery.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
That's
and
good.
That's definitely good.
Yeah. It
yeah,
is.
she had some vertebrae fused and has a rod and some screws put in because
So
her
she's
back
literally
was.
Wolverine now.
Yeah. That's I
Check it.
told her she was a cyborg now, so she has to.
Perfect.
She has to bring a card when she goes through airport security.
Oh,
Wow, man.
that's awesome.
That is cool. That's cool. Let's see. Cranges says that sadly I got in a bad wreck yesterday. My car is totaled and I'm gonna be bedridden for a while. And then he said, after everything that happened yesterday, I'm just thankful to be. I didn't die yesterday. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're really. I hate to hear that happen to you, man. But
Yeah.
the thing to be thankful for is you're breathing, bro. That'll work.
That's a big one.
It's gonna put a lot of things in perspective too.
Yeah, it does. Let's see. I grabbed a couple of things, and they're pop culture oriented because I like that kind of stuff. The first thing I was thankful for this year, it's got to be my man Tom Cruise and what he did earlier this year, bringing back the blockbuster that people want to see. Something like this. Top Gun Maverick was probably the best movie I've seen all
I
year.
still gotta see it.
And I mean, even if you haven't seen the first one is a good movie.
I watched it. I rewatched it. I have seen it before, but I rewatched in preparation to watch this movie. I just haven't gotten around to watch.
Dude, you got to see it. It's better.
It's on my list. Well, it's football season.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm playing God of War Ragnarok right now, so it's like my plate's full. My plate's full right now.
But,
so I'm not watching any shows right now.
But I tell you what, man, even if you haven't seen the first one, folks, not go see. It's on video now. Watch this thing, because I'll tell you what, man, it's most of the stuff we're being fed these days in these movies and stuff it's got some kind of subliminal message, and there's we gotta stay aware of this and all this other garbage, and this is basically, you know what this is, Knock? It's Star Wars, only in our lifetime. That's exactly what it is, bro. They're going up against the Death Star in this thing, man. It's pretty badass.
Doing the whole trench run. In fact, they admitted that it was taken from Star Wars.
Yes, they didn't care, man. And it's dynamite, dude. It really is. And what the coolest thing, and this is what was great about the original, is it's actual planes flying. There's very little CGI in this thing. And man, I mean, some of the stuff they show you in that movie is just off the chain great. And look, Val Kilmer does make an appearance in this movie, and if that doesn't get you, then nothing will, man. It's pretty damn awesome. The scene he does with Tom Cruise in that movie, it's pretty good. But
sadly, he wasn't able to speak for that part.
No, he wasn't.
So what they did was they took his son's voice and his voice.
Is that the voice to text? Is that his son's voice on the voice to text thing he's using?
What they did was they took his voice and his son's voice, his son speaking, and they blended his voice from voice clips with an AI into it, so it sounded just like he was speaking.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They put it in a voice blender.
Wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's had throat cancer for a long time, so but yeah, Great movie, dude. Whenever football season's over with, sit down, get a bag of popcorn, and enjoy because it's awesome, man. It's just and it's not bullshit. You know, it's just one of those good summer blockbuster type things from years past, man. And the cool thing about it is, he opens up the movie just sitting there and saying, "Hey, we did this for you guys." He comes on screen. He's just sitting in a theater, and he says, "Hey, we made this for the fans. Enjoy it." You know, and that goes a long way, man. Especially in today's atmosphere in Hollywood, with them making all these controversial movies and stuff. So
he's one of the last true movie stars.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, we've had that discussion several times.
Yeah.
I like to call it asses and seats stars. When you put their name on the marquee, people will go, And I tell you what, I've always kicked myself in the ass every time I haven't gone to see one of this guy's movies in the theater and watched it on TV. The last one I messed up and didn't go see was Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh, that was
that
was awesome in the theater.
I bet it was. I didn't go see it in the theater, and I was kicking myself in the ass afterwards, man.
I think the biggest movie that I saw that I'm really glad I saw in theaters was 300.
300? Yeah, that was something to see on the big
I think
screen.
I was like just eyes like wide the entire time that movie was. It was such a different movie. From everything else at the time, that it the slow motion fighting. And all that
you're a Star
stuff.
Wars fan, but you're a younger Star Wars fan, younger than most of us that saw it in the theater when we were kids. Did you see it in a theater ever?
I saw the. Let's see. I don't remember if I saw the prequels in theater.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the sequels.
You would have been. Let's see. You would have been right around 10 years old when those.
That would have been
when
early teens.
Yeah. Okay.
Around then. So,
yeah.
I didn't go to the theater that much. We do much more of a family event nowadays. So I saw the sequels.
Yeah.
I watched everything Star Wars in the movie in the theater.
Oh yeah.
Including the Clone Wars animated movie.
Yep.
Really?
Everything. Yeah.
Really?
Everything.
Wow.
Everything.
Man.
Except Episode 9.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, I saw I saw them all. As a matter of fact, I've been in the paper a couple of times for being in line so damn early. I remember when we went and saw Empire Strikes Back, me and my buddies rode our bikes across the river to our local theater, and we were there playing Dungeons and Dragons at 6:30 in the morning. The movie didn't come out till 2. And my buddy Mark, that actually works at that comic book shop that I was doing that work for, he got his face in the paper. I still got the clipping of it. But it was funny. I showed my kids and my niece and nephew those movies when they were spending a summer together here, and what I did was I showed them over 3 nights, right? And I showed them the first one, and they were like, "Can we watch the next one?" I was like, "No, you can wait till tomorrow." I had to wait 3 years between these things. You can wait one night, And so I messed with them that way and showed it to them that way. But I just, man, if you haven't seen them on a big screen, when your local independent movie house decides to show them, you need to go, because it's something to see.
My nephew, he had apparently one that had just graduated from Paris Island. He's a new Marine.
Yeah.
He came back for 10 days. He just left yesterday to go to his training. And but before he went, apparently he got, I don't know if this was before boot camp or after or what, but his girlfriend, he made her watch all the Star Wars.
Uh-huh.
And I told him, I was very disappointed in him because I asked him, what order did you show him in? And he did 1 through 9. And I was like, oh,
no,
just terrible.
Yeah.
Just terrible. He's like, that was the only way that made sense. So I was like,
no.
The biggest, you ruined 4 and whatever, 5, whatever it was. He mentions, I'm your father,
right.
That's the biggest punchline, in
that's
history.
one of the best moments in movie history. And if you watch 1 through
3, you know what's going to happen. So it's like, that. Yeah, I was very disappointed in him when he said that. I was like, that's not how you show someone Star Wars.
One of funny things, man, because we didn't have the internet back then, man, and all the information we got was like from Starlog magazine and Fangoria magazine, these industry magazines for science fiction and makeup stuff. And one of the big rumors out there was rumors flying all just hot and heavy because Lucas held on to his scripts like gold. He would not let anybody know what was going on with these things.
He
And
even had false scripts that
had fake scripts he was putting out just to throw people off and stuff, and to see who was leaking stuff too, so he could, But one of the big rumors was that Boba Fett was actually Luke's dad, and that Darth was lying to him, and I just thought it was funny as hell how they put that rumor to bed quick whenever they had that fucking Sarlacc burp after he fucking swallowed Boba. I was like, oh my God, yeah, that's done with. You know what I mean? It was funny.
I'm still always going to be the fan of the fanfic of Jar Jar being a Sith. That's always going to be my favorite.
I've never seen that one. Is it on YouTube?
I don't know if it's a video with it or anything. It's always been a thing where people, when the sequels were coming out, before the sequels came out, it was a thing where people were hoping that Jar Jar was actually
a Sith Lord.
Well, there's
because he's the reason why they did the vote in the Senate, and he was the
right
the one that spoke
true
for
enough.
Amidala.
Yeah,
and now he's acting like an idiot, and a puppet, but maybe he really meant to do it. Like
but
that.
Maybe he really was manipulating everything from the back. Yeah, unbelievable.
Well, one way or another, he trashed the Republic. He was the one who facilitated the voting for the creation of the army and giving Palpatine the powers. So
yes, he did.
That's what I was referring to. But and like his hijinks in battle, maybe that wasn't really hijinks. That was just him. That was a Jackie Chan, drunken master, kind of deal where like really, it's real skill, but it looks silly.
There is a video out there that goes through all that and points out that that. Like the jump he does from like the balcony, it's like, well, that's obviously force assisted.
Yeah, he just acts like he's dangling at first, and then kind of deal, and then jumps down. Yeah,
that's nuts, man. That is nuts. Well, like I said, Top Gun Maverick, gotta see it. If you haven't seen it, guys, make time. You will enjoy it. The next one that I was thankful for this year, and actually it might have been before I saw Top Gun Maverick, was this guy, man. Even though he's proven to be a little bit of a retard in real life, the show he was on, Reacher, was one of the best shows I've seen in years, man.
I still haven't seen that either.
Add it to your list, Knock. If nothing else, during the Thanksgiving show, I will give you plenty of stuff to put on your backlog of streaming. I know you like to do the binge model, so
I do the binge.
Yes, yeah. And I tell you what, my stepson David was here. I think they were down here for his dad's funeral. I think earlier this year. No, that was last year. When did this come out? It came out last year, didn't it? Or was it this year?
No, it was last year.
Was it last year? Well, sure I'll tell you what, it was pretty close to the beginning of this year, I think. But anyway, this thing, I showed a couple of, and my stepson is an ex-military policeman like me. And if you don't know about Reacher, if you haven't seen the Tom Cruise movie, he is a military police officer who is retired and lives off the grid. Nobody can find him. Kind of thing. He's he's the enigma. Nobody can find him and stuff. And when Tom Cruise made the movies, there was a big uproar because folks that read the books that they're based on knew this guy was like 6'4" and 250 pounds.
And he's
like
a
monster. Yeah, and Cruise is a dwarf, right?
I did see that in an article somewhere.
Yeah, they were upset about it, but I tell you what, they cast this guy whose biggest credit up until now, who was he? Michelangelo? He was one of the turtles.
No, his biggest credit was he was Hawk on Doom or on Titans.
Okay, Hawk on Titans, but he was also one of the turtles. He was one of them. I can't remember which one he was, But
one of the new turtles, not the real turtles.
right,
Right.
the live action turtles that
Yeah, live
what's
action.
what's her name from
Megan Fox.
yeah, Megan Fox
Yeah.
is in those flicks.
That's not the real turtles.
No, it's not the real turtles.
It's not
And
even
I was-
live action. That's CGI.
I was incorrect. February 4th is when it came out, so it did come out this year.
It did come out this year. Okay. Well, I know they were home for some reason. I can't. Not wasn't his father's funeral. They were home for something else. I'm not. Oh, I think they came down here to get his oldest daughter, who is about 15 years old. Bring her back north. That's what it was. And I showed him this, and his wife was in love with this guy. She said, "Oh yeah, let's watch some more of this," you know. But yeah, great show. They apparently take. I've never read the books. Okay, I hear it's got a big following, but
Yeah.
they took the first novel and made it the first season of it. And if they continue that formula, it should be a good show in the future.
I'm just happy we got a book accurate Jack Reacher.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this guy's a monster and he does not play, man. It's one thing they got right with the Tom Cruise character was, you know, that he doesn't play. You know, he will bust you up in 2 seconds in a very efficient manner too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, this guy looks like the dude in the books from what I understand. He's huge. This guy's a big dude. But anyway, that's another one that I dug. And then I had one more I wanted to bring up. You guys know what I'm going to bring up already. Because these are probably the best shows that have been put out so far. Very thankful for this one. And that's The Terminal List with Chris Pratt. I guess Prime is trying to make July 4th Chris Pratt Day. Because if you remember, Future War came out on July 4th last year, right? Yeah. And this year, it's The Terminal List. And that one's... Have you seen this one, Knock?
No, I haven't seen that one either.
Oh, man.
On the list.
Put it on your list.
Put it on your
it's
list.
on there. It's just, yeah.
For
Right
binging.
now, my main show is Blacklist.
Blacklist?
Yeah,
oh, wow.
Blacklist, yeah.
You're watching all the seasons of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I have to binge watch The Walking Dead because I haven't watched any of this last season.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it just finalized.
The third part of the last season, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of this season either because I was specifically waiting until it ended, which it just did Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
yeah, we watched it live. You know, my wife, she loves that. And I'm not going to spoil nothing for you, but I will tell you that it has... It's like watching the Return of the King, Walking Dead style. It's got so many endings to it, it's not even funny.
Cool.
So
well, they do like the slow blackout, and then another scene pops up,
and here's another one, and another. I'm telling you, it ends like Return of the King.
It's like the end of Deadpool, where he just doesn't die,
right?
But
yeah, The Terminal List, story of a SEAL team leader that lost his entire squad. I can't believe Gary hasn't done this show on his military show. I really can't believe he hasn't done this.
We did it before the military show.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I was about to say I had a feeling he'd probably dig this show.
Oh yeah,
I never hear him mention it, but yeah,
he's a big fan of it, and he's always he's correct that he does his maneuvers like an actual SEAL.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a lot of research put into this.
Yeah,
for sure. But it's chronicles the story of a guy that lost his unit, and he's trying to figure out why, and he's doing it in a very brutal way.
Yep.
It's pretty cool, man. It's good stuff.
I
enjoyed it, and I'll tell you this much. Pratt is usually just being Chris Pratt. He's kind of like Paul Rudd. He's just himself in every movie. Not in this one, bro. He actually acts in this one, and he's a stone cold killer in this movie.
Yeah,
for sure. He's real. I really didn't know he had it in him to act that tough. You know what I mean? So, of course, I remember. I've been watching movies with him in it forever. I think the first one. Now, I never watched. What was it? Parks and Recreation? Was that the show he was on TV?
Yeah.
From it, and I always wanted to watch it, but
I've never seen it. But the first thing I remember seeing him in was a movie called Wanted with Angelina Jolie.
Yeah,
and Oh God.
Oh yeah.
Based
What's
on a
the-
comic book
Not at all.
Yes, it's based. Is it a comic book or a graphic
or
novel?
graphic
It's based
novel.
on.
Graphic
Okay,
novel.
yeah.
But the movie's a big departure from the.
Oh yeah, it
from
is.
the
Yeah, I imagine. But I thought the concepts were cool, bending bullets and shit. I thought that was cool as hell, man.
that is not in the comic book.
Yeah, well, I'm glad they added it. I thought it was neat, man. I thought it was
Yeah,
neat
no,
as hell.
it was cool. It was
Yeah.
cool.
Mhm. But but it does make me want to go back and look at that. But I remember him on there. He was his idiot buddy that was fucking his girlfriend, right? And yeah, I and he wasn't in shape in that show. He was just a big lummox and everything, And boy, this guy has turned out to be. He's on the. I don't know. Would you say he's an put asses in seats movie star at this point?
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah?
because I can't think of a movie where he has been in that has done poorly.
Yeah, I mean, even the Jurassic Park goofy ass
Jurassic World
movies.
movies. Yeah,
They've done well.
that third one, which was not a good movie. I mean, I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah.
But overall, it wasn't really a good movie. It still made $1 billion.
Yeah, it did. Okay, what you got for us, Knock? I see you want to share something there.
Yeah, probably you're bringing up shows that they're very popular. This is just the first image I can really find. But Kenobi.
Kenobi.
I was very glad to see Kenobi. Just seeing Obi-Wan in that role again, Ewan McGregor in that role again, in that second fight was very powerful. And it was. I really, this was a different thing for Disney when I watched it, because we don't get enough content of Vader being Vader. There's just so little of it.
Yeah.
And this is one of my, when he beats up Obi-Wan early in the season, and he's like just knocking people out of the way. He force chokes a kid. Like I didn't think Disney would ever do that kind of thing. Like, and so it was so different, and I don't know, such a good story. And then the little Leia actor that they found, the little actress, she was awesome too, playing as Leia. That was the gem that they found. But I was very, it was definitely a show that we've been all waiting, Obi-Wan fans have been waiting for quite a while.
I got to tell you the truth, man. I didn't watch it because
I know you didn't.
After the way they did Boba in his show, I was like,
this is nothing. Yeah, this is nothing like that. Yeah, that train wreck.
It was bad.
It was bad.
Yeah,
it was bad. The way they portrayed Boba Fett in it, he's just a wimp now. And I wanted to see, badass Boba Fett, when it was a mercenary, but now he wants to be a do-good, warlord.
He's an old man trying to get into heaven.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, and he had these dumb cybernetic millennials. They were millennials. They were Star Wars millennials.
I might check out Obi-Wan just to see you in the role again. But
was good. The only thing about Obi-Wan was the Leia scenes where she's got people chasing her.
Yeah, I've seen.
So
look,
dumb.
I saw clips of that put to Benny Hill music. So
that was so cringy.
It did look kind of stupid.
but her acting was good. Her and Ian McGregor's chemistry was pretty good.
Well, I tell you, I'm enjoying Andor. And by the way, John and Martin, if you want to get involved in it, we're going to next week's show on this next week's episode of State of the Atmosphere is going to be a wrap up of Andor and a review of it. So if you want to get involved in that, know that's what we're going to be doing next week.
Watch that too. But that one I plan on watching either tomorrow or Friday night.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I just got home from work right before I fired this up.
Yep,
so. Yep. So you enjoyed Obi-Wan this year? Very cool.
And Andor grew on me. I did not like Andor in the first 4 or 5 episodes.
Well,
if it had been 6 episodes, I would have hated this first season. I would have absolutely have hated it. But I stuck with it.
Damn popcorn.
And it just got better and better with each episode that went by, and now I'm excited to see the finale.
Yeah.
The show I'm really waiting for is Ahsoka because
Mhm.
it's going to bring in some of my favorite characters.
Now, is Rosario Dawson still playing the role in
yeah.
that?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, very cool.
Thank God.
Very cool. I thought she was good in Mando. By the way, have you guys seen the teaser trailer for season 3 of that?
I have, but
Nope.
I don't care for teasers.
Yeah.
If I need to see one more Avatar trailer, I'm going to just blow it. Just
This Avatar show, man.
they're blowing it up so much.
Something
like,
tells
we've
me
been waiting
it's
10
gonna
years.
bomb big time.
No, I think it's gonna. No, I don't think it's gonna bomb, but it's probably gonna suck.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see.
Whenever
but,
whenever they throw it at you this much early,
it's just nonstop.
yeah.
He Cameron pretty much admitted it has to be like one of the top 10 movies of all time in order to even break up, to make a
Top
profit.
3.
Top
Right.
3? Was it top 3?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he said. Okay, John, I
Almost
see
gotta
you
pay
got
for all
one
that,
there.
Yep. I got a
that
couple,
CGI.
but I actually got 3. But
Okay.
first one, you want to
Yep, gotcha.
David Zaslov.
Zaslov taking over Warner Brothers. That's
Discovery.
what I'm talking about.
Yep, coming in,
Hell yes.
chainsaw, just firing the previous administration, basically. And it's some of the stories that you hear out of what happened is just hilarious.
Yeah.
That he was raging up and down the halls because his office is on the lot. It's not out in some office building.
Oh, really?
And he was raging up and down the halls, upset at something, looking for Tony Emmerich.
Oh my God. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But no, I think he's going to fix Warner Brothers Discovery. He's going to fix DC Comic Films because he brought in.
Sorry. I got a kernel stuck down there and I can't get
yeah,
it loose.
I hate it when that happens.
Yep.
But he brought in James Gunn and Peter Solari to head DC Films for the next 4 years. So
the movies he's making so far, I like. You know, the biggest one, and it was on my list of being thankful, man. James Cavill's back as Superman.
Yep.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill.
Or Henry. I'm sorry. Did I say James? Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Henry Cavill being back is just awesome, man.
And of course, when that happened, you bring Affleck back.
Yeah.
Affleck's back as Batman.
I never really cared for Affleck as Batman.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
I just never did.
I like it because he's the first guy that they've ever cast in the role that isn't a freaking dwarf. The guy is physically imposing, which is what Batman's supposed to be. He's supposed to be a big dude, you know. Physically, he matches the role, and I challenge anybody to find a better. You could say what you want about the movie as a whole, but name a better Batman fight scene than the one in Dawn of Justice when he's going after Superman's mom. That is just total badass.
No. Yeah.
That was just awesome. I mean, he was breaking people's necks. That was badass.
I don't think it's fair to compare the fights when none of the other Batmans are against superheroes.
Well,
none of those guys were superheroes. He was fighting.
they were mooks.
None of them. Yeah, they were mercenaries. Dude, and he took on what, 20 of them there or something like that? It was crazy, man.
And Patterson's Batman's got to walk up and knock on the door and go, "It's Batman. Can I see?"
You know, I actually, I did. That's one I saw in theaters, and I actually enjoyed that movie.
I did too. I liked it.
I think that's the one Batman that actually did detective work.
Yeah. That's
Instead
one
of looking,
thing. That's
all the
one
other
of the
ones
things
maybe looked at computers or whatever, or did that. But he was
But
the one that actually did.
Everybody did the job, the work for him.
Yeah, he didn't do any.
Even the Penguin. And
everybody told him what was
the
going
firefighter
on.
Guy. Everybody did the investigation. He was just there, hearing other people finding things.
You know, it's like the murder weapon. He's like looking at it, and he goes, "It's the cop." Goes, "Yeah, my uncle was a carpet installer. That's a carpet tool."
Well, the one thing I always enjoyed about the comic books that they really missed an opportunity in Dawn of Justice when Affleck's Bruce Wayne goes to the Fight Club as Bruce Wayne. I always thought he should go as one of his because a lot of people don't know this. he has what do you call it? He has disguises he wears when he goes into the
Matches
underworld, and he's not Batman, and he's not Bruce Wayne. He's got different names and stuff.
Yeah, it's
Where he
Matches
goes,
Malone.
yeah, there you go. That's who he should have gone as instead of I think they totally missed an opportunity there. But yeah, I mean, I liked the Batman, but it had its problems. But I thought, dude, the car chase scene in it was badass. That was awesome.
The best character in that movie is the Batmobile.
Yeah, it is.
I have my
Pretty damn
problems
cool.
with that chase scene because they ruin it. It was perfect, and then out of the blue, for magic, the ramp appears before the Batman.
Yeah,
Nah.
you know, they had to do it somehow, man.
No, they should have seen that he sees no way of getting off the collision, and
Yeah.
then he tries a daring maneuver, and something occurs. Not look how convenient, a ramp.
Hey man,
my favorite.
That's solid. That the whole chase scene, because the chase scene was awesome.
yeah, it was.
The moment in even before that hiccup, the moment in which Penguin sees the car coming out of the flames, man.
Yeah, it's killer. It's killer.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Knock?
No, my favorite's always going to be Christian Bale. And
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
The Dark Knight.
A lot of people like him.
And Heath Ledger, just as Joker.
Yeah,
There will never, as far as
it's
I'm
one of the
concerned, as
best
far as
Batman
henchman,
movies ever. Yeah, it is.
There'd never be a better henchman or
Yeah.
bad guy than that performance he put on there. You didn't recognize him.
Well,
Mhm.
my Batman, we lost him this year, is Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy,
And
the voice of the animated series. Yeah, mhm. A
I-
lot of people say that.
Yeah, he's superior to everybody as far as I'm concerned,
Yeah,
because he's the only one that ever managed to get both Bruce Wayne and Batman correct.
yeah. He did a great job at it, man. And that's an example of I don't know if many people know this, but he didn't know anything about the lore of Batman or anything. He just played it the way the director told him to play it, and he kind of grew into the role as he went and learned about the character. What I'm saying is he's an example of a guy that didn't try to make it his own. He tried to make it what it was supposed to be. He did his due diligence. He studied the source material, and he became the character over time. And that's why I think most people love him as much as they do. And a lot of people say the same thing, even though he's a complete whack job in real life. A lot of people say the same thing about Mark Hamill as the Joker. They say he may be the best Joker ever.
Whenever I read any Batman, it's always
Mark Hamill's voice. You hear him talking in,
Joker,
right? Yeah,
and it's always Kevin Conroy as Batman. And
yeah,
that's the only voices I hear when I read those parts.
Yeah. Knock, did you have another one you wanted to put up, or?
No, I didn't have anything. There. No, there was other pages me searching, but
okay. No. All right, John, you want to tell us about your next one, man?
Yeah, my next one is House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon.
Oh, good one.
Did not see it. Well, now we've had this discussion. I'm not poo-pooing on it. It may be great, but I'm more of a Lord of the Rings guy when it comes to my fantasy. I'm just not into the blood, guts, and gore.
Power then? Oh, okay. So,
let's talk about House of the Dragon, shall we? I watched that crap. Yeah, I did.
I did too.
I haven't even finished that show yet. I
can't get those hours of my life.
I heard it gets
back.
better, but I don't know.
Tell me all about this, though, John, please.
Well, House of the Dragon is everything the last two seasons of Game of Thrones should have been.
Okay.
As far as the quality, it's based on a book called Fire and Blood, Blood and Fire. Because the next book's reversed the title. I get them confused.
Okay,
but it's basically tells the story of the Targaryens and the the Dance of Dragons, which is the war between factions of Targaryens.
Okay.
And this is
It's a
the
prequel series to
it's a prequel series. Yes, it is. It takes place several hundred years before Game of Thrones does.
But it time jumps. That's the interesting aspect of it. It does time jump to pretty much, I think, down to 50, 60 years before the Game of Thrones, because they had the youngest kids there in the last couple episodes. And
but they still hadn't got to the Mad King yet, so they didn't go that far.
Really? I thought one of them was the Mad King. I don't know much about the lore of it. I thought the one that was missing the eye, I thought he was the Mad King.
No. He's just a badass. He dies in the books fighting Daemon. Of course, Daemon dies in the books too that way.
Yeah, I saw the trees, but I didn't really go through them. So they all name themselves the same. So it's kind of hard to confusing. Tell. Like the way R.R. Martin has only a few names that he goes through. Like that's all he's got. He's got like a repertoire, and he just reuses them. Everyone just calls them the second or third or whatever.
Yeah. So, but Matt Smith in this is amazing as Daemon Targaryen.
Okay.
Yeah, especially that was it the 8th episode.
Is he the almost albino guy that I've been seeing in the?
Yeah, he's the one we joke about the albino ass when we were doing doing it on Pop Culture Minefield.
Okay,
but his character is a badass. He's the brother of the king.
I didn't want to see Millie go. They do another strange thing is because they do the time jumps. They do a thing after episode 5 into 6 where they change actresses.
Yeah,
to the two main roles.
Yeah,
and it was sad to see Millie Aycock go. She was the first main Targaryen queen. That actress, and her with Daemon and their chemistry was just so good. She fit that role. So it was. I mean, the way they did it, but the way they acted it out was so good and believable. Kind of deal. And there is.
The problem is she wouldn't be believable as an older.
Right. Yeah. That was the unfortunate thing. But
because she looked like she was like 14 the whole thing.
Yeah.
Even though she was supposed to be like 18 in the last jump.
Well, she's actually 22 or something like that.
Yeah, so, but she looks like she's 14.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I really like it. And then everyone fell in love with the second Alicent. Olivia, something
like that. I don't remember.
Martin, did you enjoy that show?
What I haven't finished it, but the 3 episodes that I saw, I really liked. Yeah. I've been just have problems with time management.
Yeah, I hear you.
But it's in my plan to finish the show. I really like it.
But there's a point where Daemon is estranged from his brother, who's the king.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gone off, and he's joined up with the Sea Snake, who's another branch of the Targaryens, but they're old Valyrian. Gets into lore and stuff. I don't want to go too, because I can go deep into lore.
Oh, I know you can. Yeah. I know you can.
But basically, he goes off and they go fight the into the steppes, the islands. I forgot what's.
It's like the Triumphant or something like that, or the Triangle, or the.
No, the Trident's in there, but anyway, he goes off and he's fighting pirates and other countries.
Pirates. There's pirates in this show. What?
Well, you don't see them, but that's what they are. They're that's.
You almost had me in there.
But there's a charismatic leader called the Crab Feeder.
Okay.
Because he captures, his opponents and ties them up and lets the crabs eat them.
Mm-hmm.
Martin, I would mute at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, spoilers.
Don't be telling Martin the whole show. Now.
Yeah.
We reviewed the show on PCM.
He's heard it all. He was.
Yeah.
So you may not know this. On Pop Culture Minefield, he's basically the brains behind everything running the show.
He keeps
what
running.
Martin is. He's the producer of this show, And so, yeah, he's heard it all already. You're not really spoiling shit.
No, but so basically, they're down there. Damon's they're fighting this war down there. The king wasn't going to do anything. He's just going to let him do his thing because he's mad at him. Well, eventually they decide, well, we need to do something in this war. So he gets word that the king's going to send troops down, and he goes, "That's enough of this," because he doesn't want any help from his brother. He goes into the middle of this area where all the crab feeders troops are, and holds up his sword like he's surrendering. And when they get close, he just starts taking them all out. And he chases the other crab feeder comes out, and then he chases the crab feeder into this cave. And after a bit, you just see him walking out carrying the top half of the crab feeder's torso, and that's it.
Wow.
Dragging it behind him.
Sounds pretty cool, man.
It is.
It's just I know it sounds like an old fuddy-duddy, but I just enjoy the Lord of the Rings. I enjoy the nobility of it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I dig about it. I don't need tits, blood, guts, and gore.
There's a lot of TNA in this.
Well, I knew there was going to be when I saw HBO was making it. I was like, well, yeah, this is going to be off the chain.
I just hope if they do a second season, I don't have to see any more aborted babies. But that's about it.
Yeah, that would. That's
a lot of miscarriages that I don't feel like I want to see. There were at least 3 in that entire show.
Yeah.
I'm good,
man.
I'm good there. I don't need it. I don't need that anymore. I'm good.
Right.
Season 1 flushed me out of my well, I never wanted it in the first place, but
well, they're getting into the war now. That's what they're set. That's what the final episode set up, and the sides have been chosen. They've got the greens and the blacks. So the next season is going to be all about the war, the start of the war, and there's going to be a lot of dragon fighting.
Okay. Well, House of the Dragon sounds like it'd be cool. And I'm not poo-pooing on it at all, guys. It's just not my taste.
You don't need to know Game of Thrones lore to go enjoy this.
No, obviously not. I mean, it was the biggest thing on television for damn near a decade, that show was.
I think the coolest thing is kind of seeing the houses and recognizing them.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. Yeah. And seeing a little bit of the history. But other than that, there's nothing really.
I mean, one could argue that people actually turned off The Walking Dead and started watching that instead on Sunday nights. Yeah, it's like HBO stole their audience. You know what I mean?
Took a lot of eyes off Walking Dead. That's
exactly.
Sure.
Exactly.
I didn't know it was back on. They did that whole. I hope nobody else takes this Walking Dead format and breaks it into 3 dumb parts. It's bad enough when they do a mid-season break. To break it into 3 parts just is asinine.
Oh, you're talking about what they did with this last season?
Yes.
Well, I think a lot of that had to do with COVID.
They wanted to stretch it out,
I guess, but I don't care. It's dumb.
Well,
I hope if that's the case, then I hope it's done and over with. It never happens again.
Yeah.
So.
I did have a third thing, but I figured I'm going to be the only one that appreciates it. So
why?
It's
how do you know, John? What?
I don't. Well, because it's one of those movies that seems like I'm the only one in that likes it that I know. So
what is
challenge accepted?
I'll tell you what. You look it up. Get me a graphic, and we'll talk about it.
I've got a graphic right here. I just stopped sharing, so I need to reshare.
Go ahead, buddy. Go for it. I love this. Yes. You ready? Oh, yes. His love of the disaster movie. Yes.
I have not seen this. I've never.
I have not.
If you like disaster movies, you'll love this.
I gotta be in a mood for it because I definitely enjoyed like Deep Impact and
stuff
like
this
that.
So
you gotta be in a mood for it. But...
Yeah, the moon is actually getting close enough to Earth,
right? And that's gotta be wreaking havoc for sure.
Oh, it is. It is.
Don't spoil it for him. I know what it's about though. A friend of mine.
Halle Berry though. All right.
I was fixing to say, this is why I'm eventually going to watch this movie, because Halle Berry's in it, and she's
John Bradley from Game of Thrones. Sam.
Wouldn't know.
Sorry.
But yeah, Moonfall. I saw the previews for it, and I thought it looked pretty neat. And a friend of mine watched it at work. We were. I used to work for a helpline.
Yeah.
And overnights, so we had a lot of downtime, and we'd watch shows and stuff. And she watched that one, and she got a few good laughs out of it. She told me, what it was about, and I'm not going to spoil it. But man, wow, but it is not the movie I thought it was going to be.
No,
From what she told me.
It's a Roland Emmerich film, and no one destroys the world like Roland Emmerich.
Nobody does. You're absolutely right. One of my favorite movies, and I'm sure you agree with me on this one. Most people would not agree. I love 2012. I love that fucking movie. I think it's great.
Yeah.
I tell you what, the last end of the world movie that I watched was Don't Look Up.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I saw that. That wasn't.
That was funny.
And Jennifer Lawrence, she's definitely one of my Hollywood crushes.
Mm-hmm.
I love her.
Yeah, I got you.
And that one, I don't really care for the whole getting high aspect of it because that's not my thing. But her snarky, comebacks, I love those.
Yeah,
it's just and then the way everyone treated her when they're trying to say like the world's coming to an end. And they're like, okay, this week on fashion, kind of deal.
You know what's funny? It would probably go down that way.
Exactly. Yeah. That was the crazy thing about it, was that it seemed like it was ringing so true. Right. That's what made it so polarizing. Like, it's just,
absolutely.
We can see this kind of thing happening.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was well done, and that's the way the government would not tell anybody because they wouldn't want the panic.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then the media would just not like.
And the "Don't Look Up" thing became a political thing.
It did.
Yeah.
You're right wing if you're looking up, and don't look up. And oh my god, too damn funny. That cracked me. And you know what that showed me right there? Leonardo DiCaprio needs to do more comedies, man. He was pretty damn funny in that movie.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with Moonfall, man. Hey, dude. I know the critics killed it and everything, but hey, that's one of those movies. I mean, dude, I grew up on some of the worst monster movies you'll ever see. Me and my brother, I vividly remember one afternoon we were watching Tarantula. Do you remember this old ass monster movie called Tarantula?
Yeah,
this huge ass some bitch. And when the planes come in at the end of it and we're fucking blowing it up, I was like, yeah, we were acting like we were at the theater and we're watching it on a little fucking TV set, But yeah, movies like that are great, dude. I mean, shoot. Now, the thing you got to know about John, he probably has every disaster movie that's ever been made. He loves them all. Yeah. He loves them all, man. I was a fan of them when I was a kid, man. I really was. Of course, we've talked about that. Irwin Allen was my guy when I was a kid. And loved
I'm a big post-apocalyptic guy.
Yeah.
Those are my, especially games or video or movies like Book of Eli.
Yeah,
probably one of my favorite.
Oh, Book of Eli is a fantastic movie, man.
Yeah,
and you know what? You know what's great about that movie? It's a big budget Hollywood movie that ain't scared to talk about religion. And they need to make more movies like that, dude. That movie is mind-blowing at the end of it. I wouldn't spoil it for anybody, but if you haven't seen that movie, watch that flick. You will not see the end of it coming.
And Denzel Washington,
I have
Do what, John?
I have 133 disaster movies. I thought it was more, but then I forgot. I was counting the subtitle files for the ones because Norway puts out a really good. And since was it 2015? I think was their first one, but they have some really good disaster movies y'all check out, like The Quake, The Burning Sea.
The Burning Sea. Oh man.
Yeah. The Tunnel. The Wave. Yeah,
okay, here's one, guys. Here's one. It's probably John, correct me if I'm wrong, but The Core. Would
Yeah.
you say
Oh.
Moonfall was on about the same level with the core?
Oh, the core.
Yeah, the core was fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I
People,
mean,
people don't like a lot of those movies like
You
that, but I
gotta
love
check
movies
your
like
brain at the door when you're watching some of these movies.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
You really do. You know, but
I think I remember that one.
the core,
I was-
man.
that. I was
Oh.
upset because they stole. They named their mystery metal unobtainium,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I was running. That was the basis of a paranoia campaign and adventure I ran at Gen Con.
Uh-huh.
One year was about them obtaining unobtainium on the moon,
Yeah.
and I was like,
they stole your idea.
"Yep,
Damn it. Unobtainium. Well, shoot. We call anything we can't get our hands on unobtainium. You know what I mean?
yeah."
Especially in the military. Okay, guys. We're going to look at the next one I got for you. And that is Elon Musk buying Twitter. I am thankful. Yes. Elon Musk making it a private company again. That is just too
I saw a
much.
photo where they like, oh god, they did a tour of one of the offices there,
Mhm.
and they had like sleeping room, like nap rooms, and like shower rooms, and gourmet chefs, and
Wine on tap.
meals were costing like $400 a meal a day.
Those guys
Like,
were living high off the hog,
oh.
bro. No doubt.
It's like they
Yep.
wanted, and then I saw an article he cut like they tried to right before he acquired it. They tried to put up a massive travel bill, and he's like, "I'm not paying it. I didn't agree to these travels for
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
whatever things would be."
I
So,
just think it's awesome. I now let me be clear. I do not think this guy is a knight in shining armor. I do not think this guy is a saint or anything, but I think it's cool that those that have been running most of us into the ground now all of a sudden uh, the playing field's been leveled.
Yeah.
And I just dig it, man. I think it's awesome. And what's cracking me up, I think I was talking about this last week about all the people that are leaving Twitter, all the
They
the
claim they're
left-leaning
leaving
folks.
Twitter. Whether
They claim they're leaving, but
where are they gonna go? Yeah.
right? I mean, they going to Truth Social? I heard some of them were going to Mastodon and just getting blasted off that platform as soon as they showed up.
Yeah.
You know,
I never even heard of that one.
It's a true free speech one where they just drop N-bombs like it's nobody's business and swear words and everything, dude.
They're all racist and
right.
and-
It's crazy. And
Yeah.
they were talking about some of them were going to Mastodon and just getting nuked inside of a few hours, and they were leaving that one. But I was going through the list of names initially the first week this was going on, and I think it was the one when a couple of weeks ago when my wife was on, and I said, "Damn, babe," because I know she watches Dancing with the Stars. I said, "Are these guys all C-listers? This looks like the cast of Dancing with the Stars," you know. But I just think I think it's refreshing that we're going to get a change in one of the biggest platforms that where you can actually put some stuff out and get the word out about things, and I'm really happy to see it, you know. And you can't say that this platform has not had an impact on pop culture and culture period
and
in the last
politics.
decade. Yeah, definitely has. And
Well, and he's brought back people that have been banned.
yes,
Like, he brought back he
hasn't brought back everybody, but he's brought back
No.
a lot of the ones that were bounced for nothing more than being conservative leaning.
Yep.
I think what was the name of the humor site?
Babylon
B.
Yeah,
Is that
Babylon
it?
B. He brought back.
Yeah.
He brought back Carl Benjamin.
Yeah.
Sargon of Akkad.
Yeah.
And
boy, everybody was losing their minds this weekend when he brought Trump back.
Yeah,
now, he hasn't tweeted yet.
Yeah, he hasn't even done anything.
No, but just the fact that they did it, they were losing.
Yeah, he just reactivated the account. But he's got he brought Marjorie Taylor Greene back because her personal account got nuked.
Yeah, Gina Carano's back.
Gina Carano's back. Yeah.
It's dynamite, man.
I'm seeing James Woods' tweets again.
Oh, I've been seeing them. I make sure that that's up and running. I check that every other day because that guy cracks me the hell up, man. And
Yeah,
from what Gary was saying earlier today, I need to start following Shatner too.
oh yeah.
I heard William Shatner's off the chain blasting people, man.
He shits on people like nobody's business, and it's hilarious.
I know James is great at it, man. James, and the shame of it is James is a good actor. He's been in a lot of good movies, man, and it's a shame to see that he's pretty much been blackballed in Hollywood. They won't even hire him these days. My wife was actually an extra in a film that they made a remake of an old Dustin Hoffman movie called Straw Dogs, where him and his wife moved to another country, and I think they did it in the States instead because they did some shooting. It was after Katrina. There was a lot of the movie production from New Orleans moved up here, and they were doing a football scene with a crowd and everything. She's so proud of the picture she took with Alexander Skarsgård. She's in love with that dude. You know, the sheriff of Shreveport in True Blood, man. That's her guy.
A lot of women are in love.
Yes,
with
definitely in love
Alexander
with the Northman,
Skarsgård.
right? But she got a picture with him sitting in the stands at the high school stadium we went and watched our high school ball at, when we went to that school, and she's just so proud of that thing. But apparently James Woods was in that movie. He plays a football coach in it. So, and that's the last thing I've heard of him making. But I'm excited to see what's going to go on with Twitter. I mean, I think he's going to tweak this $8 a month thing a little bit more. And get that going. I hear he's trying to compete with YouTube.
There's plans that they're going to start doing. You're going to be able to, you can already live stream to Twitter.
Yeah, you can.
But he's planning on having, so the videos will save and people can go and watch videos on your Twitter handle, like YouTube.
Mm-hmm. And I'm hoping, I've been just because of my age, guys. I still use Facebook because that's how I keep up with my family.
Yeah,
and
I've
been broadcasting on 3 different channels: YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. And I'm thinking about doing dropping either Twitch or Facebook and doing Twitter instead.
Yeah.
So
I've got more followers on Facebook than I do on YouTube.
And I'm sorry, excuse me. I'm really because a lot of people, I heard there's like a huge movement on Twitter. A lot of people are getting back into it now. Apparently, there's they picked up like 1 million viewers since he took over the company. Something like that.
It's like
1 million users. I'm sorry, I say viewers, but that sounds like.
And it's not just users; it's active users. He picked up I think it was 1.6 million active users.
Wow,
which is like a record for concurrent use or something.
Wow, that's amazing. And hearing what's happening with Facebook, I mean, I heard a rumor the other day from somebody that Zuckerberg may be out at the beginning of next year, but I'll believe that when I see it. I mean,
it depends on how much money the company loses between now and then. Metaverse is costing him.
He's tanking the place with Metaverse.
$36 billion is what they've spent on Metaverse so far.
That's insane. And
they haven't.
And where's it going? I mean, of course, I have not used the product. I don't know what that platform looks like. Is it completely virtual?
Yeah, they have a whole virtual, with VR headset and everything. It's like a virtual world. There's people that have virtual games on it. So you can't just
view it through a browser.
Not that I know of. I haven't looked at it like that. I've just seen videos of it, but because I don't have a headset.
I got you.
Well, technically I do, but it's for like my phone. Just that,
right.
And I don't have the phone that it goes in it anymore because it was like the old Galaxies.
Right.
So and my current Galaxy won't fit in there because it's too big.
Really?
Yeah. So but she wants to build this whole virtual world Well, the graphics look like they're out of Second Life, and I'm like, Second Life already did this.
Yeah, I was fixing to say. I was telling somebody the other day that there's probably more Second Life users than there is people on Metaverse. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I've heard of a lot of people using that thing, and I didn't get into it myself. I really didn't. I don't know, man. It seemed like people trying to hook up through a video game, and I was just
there was a lot of that there, but I mean there was whole RPGs where you basically you become something else,
right,
and there's whole worlds where you can traverse and you talk to people and you have mysteries to solve and all sorts of stuff.
So it's basically a step below Ready Player One.
Yeah. A few steps below, but yeah.
Right.
As far as quality. But yeah, basically Ready Player One is essentially Second Life.
Yeah.
I like it better to gamer.
You've lost your mic, buddy. Where's your mic at? You've gone it sounds like you're 5 miles away from it. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Gamer was probably the one I saw that with Gerard Butler. You had both the action side and then you had the Second Life side where people would go into the range of the platform, and then they would be controlled by somebody sitting at home on their chair, their specialized chair, and get taken over.
It's called Game Room.
It's Gamer with Gerard Butler.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, Gerard Butler is so.
He's the bomb. We know that, but go ahead.
So this was there was two versions of the game. There was one where he's a prisoner and they have to make it through a certain amount of games before the prisoner can be set free. He's getting really close, but of course, the overseers don't want him to ever leave. But he's a big, people, want to see him.
Yeah.
And
I take it the public's watching this go on?
Yeah. So, and then he has a person controlling him. And they have a chip in their head so that the person controlling him, using his movements as a gamer, he just has to do whatever they tell him to do, kind of deal. And then he has some kid, some hotshot kid that is a really good gamer, and through this whole process.
I think I saw the trailer for that. That looks pretty cool.
And then there's another game, which is I forget what they call it, but it's basically like Second Life, where these people you can actually get paid to be someone who gets used in this area.
Oh wow!
And his wife, because he gets accused of some craziness and goes sentenced to jail, and his wife goes into this. She's just trying to make money and get back with the daughter that they got put in some kind of system.
Okay.
So she has this as a job where she goes into it, and it's all within this certain area that as soon as she crosses over that threshold, she can be taken over as an avatar.
Wow.
Yeah.
And she's got like some fat dude in a chair taking over her body and doing whatever the hell he wants with it.
Wow. I'll have to check that out. I mean, I think I saw the trailer for it.
This was around the time of like Gerard Butler really doing the action movies, like 300, and then what was the other one he was in?
Olympus Has Fallen, dude.
No. That movie, that's terrible.
I love his Fallen movies.
Kidding me? The Fallen movies are great, dude.
Yeah, some guy went in and sold that script to 2 different studios and was like, "Hey, who wants it?" And then they showed the 2 movies at the same time.
That happens a lot in Hollywood, dude. That happens a lot.
That always bothered me. So I never.
Armageddon, Deep Impact.
Yeah, it's true. But I'm just saying, like that always with those 2, they were just so the same.
Oh, Olympus Has Fallen is much better.
But no. That is the worst thing. The other one was better. How can that be possible?
It wasn't better.
As the Jamie Foxx one.
The Jamie Foxx one was not better. It was stupid.
It was better, man. The Fallen movie, the Fallen series.
You see what this is from?
I cannot with that series, man. I like movies, but no.
No, there was the other one with Gerard Butler where he's he's a mastermind. He's a prisoner.
Oh
but he
my
was
God!
ex-CIA,
One of the
and
best
he ends up
movies I've
killing
ever
everybody pretty
seen.
much.
Oh my
The name is
God!
escaping me right now. But
Wait.
it's with Jamie Foxx and
A law about
lawyer.
it. A
Law
law-abiding
Law-abiding
citizen.
citizen. Yes,
Yes.
that was one of my favorite
That movie's
movies
off the
ever.
Yes,
chain.
movies.
And where he's
Wow.
just killing everybody from his jail cell.
Oh
Like,
man,
it's
so
insane.
awesome.
It was around
show
that
is
time
off
that
the
Gamer
chain.
was made.
Okay.
So,
Well, I'll definitely
I'm
have to add it to my list because my wife is it. That's another dude that she's in love with is Gerard Butler.
Yeah, Gamer's a really
ever
good. It's
since
got
she saw
Terry
him-
Crews. Terry Crews is trying to kill him.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
That huge some bitch. Wow.
It's a good
Okay.
movie.
Oh, that's a big dude, man.
Yeah.
But
Gerard Butler, Greenland.
Greenland. Yeah, I hear that's good. I heard
Oh,
that's
it
a
is.
good flick.
Great. And it's a
Yeah.
disaster movie. So
Mhm. Disaster movie. You know.
I
World's
just see
come
the
to an
trailer
end.
for it, but like I
Yeah.
said, I got to be in the mood for disaster movies.
Well, it looks like it's more of a character-driven movie, though.
It
Am I
is.
wrong
It
there,
did,
John?
yeah.
it's
I did
it's
see
really
that, yeah.
strong. There's there's a lot of character.
I almost had an
development in it, so-
independent
I
film
think
feel
I think
to
my
it.
parents were watching, and I saw some like tender moments with I don't know, that they were like, I guess, separating or something like that, going their
Yeah,
own way.
yeah.
I didn't
Yes,
watch it
yes.
myself. I just remember seeing Greenland, so that's what they were watching. And
Yeah.
Gerard Butler. So.
Give it.
Is
I'll
that a
give it
global
give it a-
warming movie, John, or what?
No,
No.
it's a comet is going to smack into the Earth and it's along the same premise of Deep Impact and others.
In Armageddon, yeah.
Yeah, Armageddon. So, but I mean, a comet's going, or it's a comet or an asteroid. I can't remember which. Some stellar body is going to hit. Not stellar body, but some spaceborne body is going to slam into the Earth.
Yeah.
And there's nothing they do to stop it. So what they do is they've created a place where people that are chosen, have the lottery.
Okay.
And it's in Greenland because it's like supposed to be like the safe place because they calculated where it's going to hit and what's going to get destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
So
And they've got that ocean barrier around it and everything. Yeah.
I got a question for you guys. So this popped into my head. What's a movie that you think that was probably big budgeted that bombed that you wish they had continued with? And I'm going to premise this with an example because people apparently hated it, and I never understood why. In my mind, I thought it was a pretty gorgeous movie.
I know. I've got one right on the top of my head. Which one?
Jupiter's Rising. This is the Mila Kunis.
Have not seen it.
And
I have not seen it.
The people from Jupiter were,
It's made by the Wachowskis.
And it was
I'm not going to say brothers or sisters
now. It was a gorgeous
but
movie. There was an interesting plot there, and it just bombed. And it was one of those movies where it was supposed to be like the start of a trilogy. I guess it might have been based off a book.
Yeah. I haven't seen it. I'd have to watch it.
It was a gorgeous movie. A lot of gorgeous scenes in it. There's basically like a civilization on Jupiter kind of deal. I can't. It's been a while since I watched the movie, but I just remember.
John, have you seen it?
I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I actually enjoyed it, but I don't know. People just.
I didn't hate it. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't. Everybody was saying it was this horrible movie, and I was like, I don't think it's that bad.
No,
was it as bad as Valerian, John?
Oh, I never watched those movies. I think I didn't hear a good thing about those movies, so I never watched those.
I think Jupiter Rising. Jupiter Rising was probably a little better than Valerian. Yeah.
No, man. No.
Because she ended up being like a princess for Jupiter or whatever, and Mila Kunis's character, and they take her up and show her and stuff.
That's
like some family, drama going on or whatever the case.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I always thought it was a pretty good movie. And I wish there was like they played it out, but no, I guess it's just
I didn't like that one. Oh man, that's it with the flying skates. But too cringe for me.
What about Valerian? Did you like that one?
I'm gonna leave the stream now.
Okay. The one I was going to mention, guys, as soon as you said big budget flop, that I wish this one could have gone on and made several sequels. John Carter of Mars, man.
John Carter.
John Carter is one of the best movies you'll ever see, and they marketed it so wrong and fucked it up.
Is that the Johnny Depp one?
That's because Bob Iger took that money for the advertising of John Carter and bought Star Wars with it.
Yeah,
used part of it to buy Star Wars.
It was, and that series could have been the next Star Wars, because there's so many.
That was their original plan.
Yeah. John Carter was made by Disney, a few years back, and it's got the guy that played Gambit in
Yeah.
the
Taylor
Wolverine
Kitsch.
origin movie playing
Yeah.
John Carter. And I don't know if you know the story of John Carter. Do you know this? It's based on is it Edgar Rice Burroughs?
Oh,
guy?
I remember.
Yeah.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
thinking. Okay,
It's
I remember
based
this
on
one
a
flopping.
classic set of novels, man, and that movie is fantastic, dude. It really is. I didn't realize it at the time, but William Dafoe actually does one of the voices in that
Yep.
movie, man.
Yep.
I was like, wow. But dude, the girl that's in it is gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember her name. She's in Wolverine too.
Really,
She's in that
rotten-
movie. She's
really
Wolverine's
rotten marketing.
girlfriend in it.
She's Fox, whatever,
Yeah.
Silver, whatever Fox, something Fox.
Whatever
Oh,
it
Megan
was.
Fox?
No,
not
no,
Megan
no,
Fox.
no, no.
No, the superhero named something Fox. I don't remember what
Yeah,
it is.
the
Night
Wolverine
Fox.
Silver
Origins
Fox.
movie. She was
okay.
Wolverine's girlfriend that could touch somebody and make them do whatever she wanted them to do if she had tactile touch on them. And the guy that played John Carter, yeah, how amazing that both of them were in the same damn movie before. Yeah, he played Gambit in the Wolverine Origin movie. It's a fantastic. If you've never seen it, put that on your list, bro. That's one of the best ones you'll ever see. And
Lynn
Disney
Collins?
fucked up the marketing for it so bad that what was that English guy? Strong, right? Was the bad guy?
Yeah, Mark Strong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fantastic movie.
You talking
dude.
about? I see a Lynn Collins or Samantha Martin.
I would say it's probably Collins. Hang on, I'll look it up real quick.
Well, Polly Walker. Oh man, she was in Rome, along with Karen Hines.
Let's see.
Ciaran Hines. I don't know how to say his name.
John Carter.
He was Caesar.
Let's see.
Rome was a good
John
series.
Carter.
It's one of my favorite series of all time. I must have watched that so many different times.
Which one is this one, Knock? Which girl is that one right there on the right?
Oh, neither one of them have black hair in this
Oh,
in their profile pic.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to go to IMDb then.
I am in it right now. The problem is, I don't know what her character's name.
She's
is.
the princess. She's
I'm assuming she's high up. That's why I did the top two, and I'm guessing it's Lynn
Right.
Collins.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Oh
Collins.
no, it's Lynn Collins because she
Yeah.
is. I see X-Men Origins as well.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah.
Under her profile.
She's a babe, dude, and
Yep.
man, what a great movie this is. I mean, and the whole thing, Knock, is anybody that's seen this movie digs it, but it bombed at the box office because the first mistake was they just titled it John Carter. It wasn't John Carter, Princess of and the Princess of Mars, which is the name of the novel, right, John?
That's Princess of Mars. Is the name
Princess
of
of
the novel.
Mars is the name of the novel.
The first one. Yeah.
But everybody knows this character is John Carter of Mars, and
Yep.
it's about a guy from the Civil War, and it's he's kind of a derelict after the Civil War. He's a veteran, and he's just he's lost, and he ends up somehow on Mars, and basically it's like Kal-El coming to Earth. The gravity's less, so he can jump a mile in the air, and
He's
he's
stronger.
strong and everything. And yeah, it's basically one of us going to another planet like Superman would have. You know what I mean? It's a great fucking story, man. And it's based on a series of books that is a classic science fiction bunch of novels by Edgar Rice Burroughs.
And if you haven't read them, I recommend reading them.
Dude, they're awesome. And we're talking about a story that influenced the thing you love, Star Wars.
Yep.
Lucas says openly that John Carter of Mars is a huge influence on his making of Star Wars. But it bombed at the box office because they didn't tell the public what it was. They just threw a couple of scenes together and said John Carter.
Yeah, the trailers were trash. I mean,
yeah, they
normally
were. Didn't even show you what the movie was about.
Yeah.
It was crazy, man.
Yeah. Now, mine technically had sequels, or it did have sequels, but I wanted them to finish the rest of the books.
Okay.
And that was the Chronicles of Narnia.
Narnia. Okay. All right.
You know,
a couple years ago, I finally went through and watched them all.
Yeah, I mean, they made 3 movies, but
Okay.
there's still 3 more books.
Now we're talking about The
didn't know
Lion,
that.
the Witch, and the Wardrobe was the first one, right?
Yeah, Lion Witch to the Wardrobe, Prince
Okay.
Caspian, Silver Chair.
Okay.
Trying to remember the rest of the names of the books.
Return of the King.
No, that's
Wrong one.
Well,
Oh, sorry, wrong series. Sorry.
no, but he was a contemporary of Tolkien.
Yeah, they
and
were
they were
friends.
friends. They wrote to each
Really?
other all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. I
I
had heard something about that when the first one came out, that it was
Yeah, I actually did, because like I said, I get into moods for certain things, and I was definitely in a fantasy kind of high fantasy
Yeah.
kind of mood, and I was like, oh yeah, I recently got in Disney Plus, and they had them on there, so I went through the
Yeah,
3 movies.
but I would like to see them.
Entertaining.
I mean, they're doing a Narnia next year comes out. There's Narnia TV series that they're doing on Disney Plus.
mhm.
But I wanted, and if they stick to the books, that'll be fine. But this is Disney, so I don't trust them.
Mhm.
But yeah, I wanted to see the rest of the books because I read them as a child, and they're like beloved to me because I've read them several times.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's I watched the first one, and I mean, it was okay. But it sure seemed like the source material looked like it would be better. You know what I mean? And what I'm trying to say is, it felt like to me like they were trying to cram a little too much into one movie, kind of thing. And I thought that, God, wasn't James McAvoy like a what are they called, a Minotaur in that movie or something? Yeah,
Little
No,
Minotaur kinda
he
deal.
was a satyr.
okay, a satyr. Yeah, but that's
Or
half
fawn.
human, right? And half
Yeah.
goat, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of good young actors in that movie. I forgot about that flick. Yeah, but mine was what other one? Martin, you got one that you'd like to see finished?
Something that bombed in The Office that nobody liked, but you just wish they could make a sequel.
Yeah.
Oh man, I just want the conclusion of the Riddick story.
Yeah.
Oh, Chronicles of Riddick.
There you go.
Yeah. More
There you
Vin
go.
Diesel. You want more Vin Diesel. He's too busy with Fast and Furious right now.
Yeah,
Make it number 13. So-
imagine Riddick at the end saying, "What I really want is family."
Family, right?
I just wanted
Now,
a family.
I have never seen Pitch Black. I've never seen that movie.
Oh man,
And I want to. I want to badly.
I remember watching it as a kid. That was a scary one at first,
Because
but
go ahead.
good.
Go ahead.
And then he goes off in a tangent. Like Pitch Black and like Chronicles of Riddick are just 2 completely different movies.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's the first movie though in the series. Pitch Black is. I've seen Chronicles of Riddick. That was a huge budget movie, but I don't think Pitch Black was. It was like a smaller.
Yeah, it was.
There wasn't a lot of
a-
actors in it. It was just Vin Diesel.
No.
And like some.
Mhm.
Let me look
Yeah.
up the budget.
Yeah, I'm sure it was not very big
I
because
think it's like 30 or 40 million.
yeah, I heard
I can't
it was
imagine.
great
It
though.
wasn't like a crazy. It wasn't a crazy. Most of it was in the dark with glow sticks. So I mean,
Right.
there was only so much, and then like some of
The whole thing is he could see in the dark though, right?
yes.
Isn't that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And he was a
have
prisoner.
23
Right.
million was
23
20
million
yeah,
was
that
the
is not a
budget.
lot.
Wow.
was the budget. Yeah,
Wow.
it made.
Now it's got like a cult following kind of.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
There's 3 movies.
It made 53.2 million at the box office.
Wow, that's a success, I would say, because I
Yep.
didn't even know about it when it came out. They must not have advertised it very much
Man,
because I didn't even know it was coming out.
There are 3 live action movies, 1
Mhm.
animated movie,
Mhm.
2 video games.
Yeah, a couple of video games too. Yeah, let's say.
Yep.
Really?
Oh yeah,
They made a Riddick video game?
Yeah, it was like a. It was like a.
2.
What do you call it?
2
Like
video
a
games.
sneak around, almost Assassin's Creed Cypher filter.
Stealth. It's a stealth game.
Yeah.
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 Oh,
stealth
no
yeah.
wonder I didn't
'Cause
play it. I hate those games.
You know,
Oh no, you're gonna like this one.
I don't know about all that, man. There's certain games I don't play.
Well-
I don't play first-person shooters. I think they're an assault on the senses, and I just don't play them. And the other one I don't play is stealth games because just give me
I'm
something to
terrible at
kill
stealth
with.
games.
Yeah,
Just
give me
I'd
something
rather
to
walk
kill, and
into
I'll go do it.
the
Yeah.
base and kill everybody.
Well, but
than
in this
around.
stealth game, you move stealthily just to kill other people.
Right. Yeah. My brother plays a game like that called, I think it's called Rainbow Six, Tom Clancy game. He loves
Yeah.
that game. He thinks it's awesome. Yeah.
I only play first person shooters because friends are playing. Friends are playing and I'll play, but I generally suck at them, so I don't like playing them.
Yeah, I've stopped playing most shooters in general. I don't know. I've kind of outgrown them. I used to play them all the time when I was younger, but now I just
for me it's strategy
have the
games
time
and
to
RPG.
I don't have time to get good at those kind of games anymore, so I just don't want to do it.
Another big budget sequel I'd like to see, although it really didn't flop. They didn't make anymore, and that's King Conan.
King Conan.
I want to see Schwarzenegger as Conan one last time, because in the books he becomes King Conan.
Right.
When
Yeah,
he's old.
we saw him as king.
Yeah, they had a little picture. They did a little image of it, but
yeah.
I
Well,
wanna
we
see-
saw it right before the credits of the first one. Actually,
was it the first one?
I believe so, because I remember that the old man was talking about him.
Mako.
Yeah, and I think it was the first one. Might have been was the old man in the second? I don't think the old man was in the second one.
No, Sailman wasn't in the second one.
Yeah,
no.
so it's got to be the first movie.
yeah.
They show him on the throne looking bored out of his mind.
Yeah,
They did.
Yeah, but there's a whole series of the books that have him as king
Yeah.
that they can do.
Now I have not watched the one with Aquaman as Conan. Was that any good?
No.
I figured as much.
No.
I figured as much.
And I like bad movies. I watched it. It was, it's when I say it's okay,
Yeah.
generally means I didn't absolutely hate it,
Right.
but it doesn't mean I actually like it.
Check out this list, and
Uh-oh.
it's funny because Joe has mentioned this. Sorry, let me blow it up. Joe has mentioned this movie to me, and he wanted me to watch it.
See, the Postman is awesome.
The Postman is awesome. It is, dude.
I don't know what list this is.
If you like post-apocalyptic movies,
Yeah.
watch that.
You need to see that.
Apparently, it's on the 10 top biggest movie flops.
Yeah.
And honestly, one of my favorite movies growing up
Cutthroat Island is fun too, man.
was this
Yeah,
one.
but it's really
The
bad.
13th
though.
Ward.
And Antonio Banderas in this one was probably my favorite role ever for him.
It's
And
awesome.
I watched this movie, rewatched this movie so many
And see,
times.
That is another one that's just
Sahara-
like John Carter of Mars. They didn't promote it the right way, and it
I
was
actually like this
freaking
one.
badass.
This is when Matthew McConaughey was coming out and showing the
Sahara
shirt, taking the shirt
is-
off and everything.
Yeah, Sahara pissed me off because it's based on a book series I absolutely adore by Clive Cussler.
Oh,
Okay.
I love all the Clive Cussler
Clive
books.
Cussler does some good stuff. He does.
Oh, oops. I mean,
Yeah, he was, and the thing is, he's unlike a lot of authors when they know they're, when they're getting up there and they know they're going to pass on, they don't do anything. Like Robert Jordan didn't really, he just left notes, and that's what Bryan Sanderson took off from.
Mhm. Yeah.
But he actually groomed and chose successors to take over those book series.
Yeah.
So now all the series are continuing, but they're written by the people that have been helping him write and then ghostwriting it for several years now.
Okay.
So it's still the same, same writing and stuff you've been used to
Mm-hmm.
for the last few years. So they're continuing, like right now I'm reading the latest Isaac Bell adventure,
Okay.
which is one of his he's like a precursor to Dirk, or not. Yeah. Dirk
Okay.
Pitt. He's like a precursor to him. He's like he's turn of the century, late 1800s, early 1900s, turn of the century type era, time frame.
Mm-hmm.
He's a detective for the Van Horn Detective Agency, which is kind of like the Pinkertons.
Oh wow.
So he gets in all sorts of these adventures, and it's all based in that time range. So it's really good.
Yeah.
And in fact, there's one book, but I think it was a Kurt Austin rather than can't remember if it was a Kurt Austin, because I read all of them. If I see a Clive Cussler book come out,
Right.
the very next
He's a
book
great
I'm going to
author,
read
man.
is that
There's certain guys. Him, Alistair McLean is another
Yep.
one. If you're into war stories and stuff, he does great stuff. Yeah, there's certain authors that if their name's on it, you got to pick it up, no
Yeah.
doubt. All right, Knock. What's this
Oh,
list?
this is
got here?
IMDb.
Yeah,
And the first one was really interesting. I actually enjoyed this movie, but I was a young kid.
I didn't watch it.
And Eddie Murphy was at the top of the world at that time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But this one was $100 million budget and only got $7 million in the box office.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad.
Nobody went to see that. I remember when
I
that
actually
movie came
enjoyed
out.
this movie too. I thought it was a fun movie. But
That next one you could
this
just scroll past, dude.
This is what is the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie that you play? This is like the funny comedy version of that one, the one that you take from, where they're on Mars or
Oh
whatever.
yeah,
Total
Recall. Yeah,
Yeah. So this is basically except it's on the moon, and it's like a comedic version of it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, you can scroll right past that
I
one.
don't even think I've seen this one.
Oh,
It's-
you don't.
don't
No,
waste
don't
time. It's made. It's
I'm
made
kind
by
of
the.
curious now.
I like
based
it.
on Elon.
To be honest, I like it.
science fiction novel. The guy that came up with
John Travolta's
Scientology.
in it. What?
Yeah.
John
wanted to be
Travolta
the
made
next
that movie
Star
when he
Wars?
was in the
He
Church of
wanted to be.
Scientology.
Oh, come on! I think I gotta watch it now.
Go ahead,
Well,
dude.
because
Enjoy.
it's written by L. Ron Hubbard, the guy that created Scientology, and he's a Scientologist, and so they wanted to turn this into this big series, but it was horrible. They spent so much money on it. The special effects are complete
73
crap.
million.
Yep. Yeah, it was,
Yeah,
it was bad.
I want to be clear on this. I didn't say it was good. I said I like it.
Gotcha.
I think I gotta. Here's the postman. I think I started watching this and I got like
Long.
way
It's
in,
3 hours long,
and then,
dude.
yeah, I don't think I think I
It
got
is a
maybe a
long
half
movie.
hour in.
But
I think
it's
I think I
fantastic.
stopped when he got like to the first town. I was like, I don't feel like watching this anymore.
Yeah.
No,
It's-
and I like Kevin Costner, but I don't know. I just couldn't.
dude, you got to finish it. It's great.
I don't think I ever watched the Halle Berry Catwoman.
I watched that movie just to see
I
her,
watched it.
Yeah.
just to
Oh
see
my
her
God, no.
boob pop through the friggin'
Oh my God, that
the thing in the jail, the fucking the bars in the jail. I mean, oh
If
my
I wanted
God.
to see
Oh!
Halle Berry, I would have just watched Swordfish.
Halle Berry.
Yeah.
She's beautiful.
You get better boobage watching Swordfish.
Yeah, Swordfish.
I know that, but I just don't care.
Catwoman was a great movie.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever saw
Lot
this
of look-
one.
Cutthroat Island. It's one of the few movies not called Caribbean with pirates in it. It's
Yeah.
a pirate movie. It's awesome, dude. Yeah.
90 million budget.
Gina
got 10
Davis.
million.
Back in the day.
Well,
Matthew
part
Modine.
of that 10 million came from me, so
Yep.
I went to see it in the
I
theater.
saw it. It
And
was
this
great.
is probably the one on this list that I thoroughly enjoy. But I
That-
was,
Oh, I
like
love
said, was a
13
young
Boys.
kid.
half of these movies are on that list because they didn't sell them right with their trailers and stuff, and that is the case with that one right there. That is
Well,
a fantastic book, and it's a great
yeah.
fucking movie.
I don't know. I'm a big fan of the Beowulf poem,
Mhm.
and I think I have most of the movies based on Beowulf. This is by far my least favorite. I
100
didn't like it.
million.
Yeah. Well, see, I didn't even know it was a Beowulf thing. So yeah, very cool. I did not know that. I learned something new.
Oh yeah, Alexander.
Oh, you could keep that piece of crap. No, thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
The only good thing about that is watching Rosario Dawson in that movie. She's hot. She can't help herself. That was her when she was a very young girl.
I don't think I watched this one.
That wasn't
Speed
that
Racer.
bad. I kind of
Speed
enjoyed
Racer
it.
is cool.
Yeah,
It's
if
cool.
if you like the anime, you're gonna love the movie.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
care for the anime either. It was a cartoon.
Well, there's another one. You just mentioned them earlier when you mentioned Jupiter Rising. That's made by the Wachowskis, bro.
Yeah.
They were big fans of Speed Racer, and they made.
I
that
grew
movie.
up. I grew up on Speed Racer as a kid.
Me too.
Yeah,
It
and
was
the-
one of the
yeah,
first
I
animes
did
I
it.
ever watched. Yeah.
The casting
Yeah.
was perfect.
Mhm.
That Astro Boy.
Oh, just scroll past that, man. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I remember the
Bennifer.
commercial. I actually enjoyed this one.
I didn't.
Sahara. I
No.
actually enjoyed this one.
No, thank you.
Because this is around the time of the first what was the Nicolas Cage going around after the Constitution and all that stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, the
National Treasure.
Yeah, so it was around the same time as Looking for Treasure.
Yep.
So, and that was the Sahara through and through with Looking for Treasure with
That's
the hot
true.
girl in
That's
it
true.
and the funny sidekick kind of deal.
Mhm.
So that's why. And it was 2005. That was high school. So for me, so that.
Well, the
Yep.
problem is
Definitely.
they didn't stick to the book.
But I mean, it's funny because this one made a disappointing 100, but they spent 241 million.
They spent a
on it,
lot of money on it.
and it was only 120 million. So
Kessler
but-
was pissed about it too.
Mm.
But I thought this was a pretty good movie. All right,
Mm.
that's the end of that list. So recently viewed. Okay, that's what we just looked at.
All right. Well, yeah, that's
Oh,
What
sorry.
face?
So this was my background here. When I first got my laptop about 3 or 4 years ago, I asked my nieces and nephews to create a background for me, and this is what they came up with. So this is the background of my laptop, and I've just kept it ever since. So,
because it's your niece and nephew. Yes.
because
Speaking of backdrops, this is one of mine. I have rotating.
here, I'll put this one here. It's not working.
Share that.
There
That's
we go.
Okay.
you'll like this. That's
Ooh,
Oh my!
that is pretty cool. What is that?
I have no
Is
idea.
it-
I just found it. It's
Well, it looks like the
post-apocalyptic
Parliament
Is
It
building.
that-
looks like a post-apocalyptic
that's-
version.
It's
of,
London because that's
Yeah, it's London.
the
That's
Thames.
London
Yeah, there's a
Tower,
Parliament
Big Ben.
building.
Yeah,
but it's not
Wow.
construction. It's definitely
That,
broken.
that is after B from Vendetta.
Yeah, right.
Oh no, this is because look,
Another great movie.
The
I
Thames,
love
the
that
Thames
movie.
is just like a creek down there at the bottom.
Yeah.
It does. That's crazy.
And I
Okay,
don't know
Knock,
whether
what do you
that's
got there,
ice or
bro?
what.
Oh, I just stopped sharing. That was
Okay, all right. Yeah, man. All good stuff, really. The friggin', look, I've said this several times. When John first told me he was a big disaster movie nut and he had them from several countries and all this stuff, I was like, dude, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, look, some of the movies that people hold near and dear are some of the worst movies you'll ever see.
Yeah.
You can't tell me. Everybody, look, John Carpenter is one of the greatest directors ever, but you can't tell me that Big Trouble in Little China is not a bad movie that people love. That movie is off the chain bad,
Yeah,
but people love it.
Is.
I mean,
But it's one of my favorite movies. I don't.
it's one of my favorite movies too, but it's a bad flick.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So there's nothing wrong with liking bad movies. My favorite bad movie, dude, is I mean, if we want to talk about bad movies and enjoying them, dude, I will watch Howard the Duck any day of the week, man.
Hey, Howard the Duck is not a bad movie.
It is a bad movie, Martin. Don't even act
No.
like it's not. But
No, it's not.
the reason why I love that movie so much is Leah Thompson. I was in love with her when I was young, and I think she's awesome. And dude, I was a fan of the Howard the Duck book, so that whole thing with him and Tim Robbins on it, fucking what is that thing called? It's like a little plane. Oh my god, that was hilarious. That whole thing was funny as shit. But that was a George Lucas movie. Didn't he produce
Yeah.
that movie? Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought so. Because he's a fan of that comic book. What you got there,
Yeah.
John?
Oh, how'd you know? Oh, I guess you could see me scrolling on something on the background. I
Dude,
forgot my
we can
TV's
see your
on.
monitor. Off
That's my
your left
TV.
ear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Whatever your monitor you're looking at, it's going
Well-
straight to it. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I can say that my
Speaking of bad
What?
movies,
Hang on,
the original Mortal
Mark.
Kombat. That shit is horrible, but I love it.
What is it?
The original Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a horrible movie, but it's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
the new one or the old ones?
No, the
No,
original Mortal
the original
Kombat,
ones?
bro. Yeah.
I love
and
those
it had an
ones.
amazing soundtrack too.
Yes.
It's got a fantastic soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
The acting's cheesy as shit.
Yes, it is.
But man, Liu Kang and the reptile, when they fight each other, that is some badass shit. I love that part of it, man. Really cool. Okay, John, what do you got?
Oh my.
Look at this shit here.
These are all movies from the Asylum that I have.
Wow.
And yes, I
Jurassic
have watched them all.
Domination, Shark
How-
Side of the Moon. Shark Side of the Moon? What?
How was that?
Swim? That's-
Shark aliens on the moon. Yes, that's what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, I know what it is, but how was it?
It was okay.
40
but
Days and Nights. Okay.
yeah,
I thought that was isn't there a movie called 40 Days of Night?
yeah. It's
Yeah.
like a romantic comedy. This is a disaster movie.
Okay. Gotcha. Thor, God of Thunder.
Yeah, that's crap.
This,
but I
man.
still have it. I mean,
Sharknado. Something told me you were a Sharknado fan. Oh my god.
I am a Sharknado fan.
Those things are off the chain crazy, man. Was the Meg any good? I
the
saw
Meg
parts
is
of that
awesome.
the other day. I need to watch that because I love Statham. I love him.
The books by Steve Alton are great, and they're actually following the books, which I'm like, finally, someone,
Yeah. Are they going to make another Meg?
Yeah, they have. It's coming out. It's called I think it's The Trench. I think that's the next one.
The Trench. Ooh, people are going to get confused and think it's Aquaman stuff. Wow. All right, boys and girls. Well, listen, it's almost dinner time for me, so we're going to start wrapping this up. The thing I'm most thankful for, you guys just saw her shoot in here a second ago, the Royal Fox. I'm most thankful for her and my kids, and I can't wait to hear from all of them. All my grandkids, I'm supposed to get all of their friggin' lists in before Cyber Monday so I can go shopping for them. So I'd have to say I'm most thankful for my family. I was going to bring up Johnny Depp, but we're running out of time tonight. So I'll go ahead and shut that down. But you guys, Knock, tell us what you're thankful for on the way out, man.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing would be family and then friends as well. Because a year ago, I was, working at Walmart.
Yeah,
and just
because of a really good friend, you are off and running, man.
Yeah, because a good friend of mine, he got me into going for my A+ certification, basic IT, and he helped me get a job where I'm working now. And since then, I've gotten a raise. Because I got another cert as well, and now I'm going to start working on my next one. And it's just a whole different world, and hopefully moving out.
Oh yeah, man! I'm so glad. You don't know how happy I was for you when you did that, dude.
It's been a huge year for me, and things are just going up right now. And I'm not a religious person at all, but I do feel blessed and humbled by the this last year, and just lucky that I had the people around me and everyone. Whenever I discuss it with folks, they're always supporting and good luck with the test. And
they've probably been waiting for you to do it, man. Just like me.
I definitely feel like I'm going into a field where I can actually use my talents, my mind a little bit more than stocking shelves kind of deal. It's a very, you work at Walmart. It's a very, you learn a lot.
I worked at Walmart the early '90s before I got in IT. So.
And I think retail is one of those things. Either retail or the food industry is something that we need to mandate for 6 months for everybody.
It's soul sucking.
Just to give them a little taste of it, so that don't be rude to people that you're trying to get services from, kind of deal. I never got the worst of it myself, but it's definitely a thing where you appreciate it a lot more. And I go back to this day. I still go to that same Walmart because it's right down the road from me, and I'm always, I don't mean to brag to them, but I'm like, hey, I'm hoping that I can get them I know someone else there that's looking to actually start studying for her A+ because she wants to get out of there too. So I'm hoping that people try to do something to move on from there.
Lead the way, baby.
So
lead them through the wilderness, son.
It can be done. You don't need to have a college degree to do this stuff. You don't need to use a lot of money. I did it all. I started with the $30 A+ certification for dummies. That's how it started. And it took off from there. And for that first cert, besides the test itself, I probably spent maybe $100, $200, and it's not hard. It's just time. You just got to put in the time. I still did a 40-hour work week when I was studying for it. I came home and I, spent an hour or two getting each chapter every day and just grinding it out, and eventually, it worked out. So, I'm just thankful that I had the time to do that, and I was able to get through it. And
now you got to get your N+.
That is the next one. That is the next one.
Plus.
No, I've already did. That was the one I did get. I got the Security Plus already.
Oh,
I
you
kind
got
of did it
Security-
in a
good.
different order, but I went ahead and did the Security Plus first, and now I'm going to do the Network Plus, and then I'm going to do the Server Plus. This is the next one after that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I've been in IT since '93.
Mhm.
That was my first IT job, and that's the only thing I ever did was after that is IT. But
I had no
until
previous experience in this too. So.
Until I threw my back out and it forced me on disability. But I've gone back to school and I got my master's in security, network security, and I'm currently working on. I got my bachelor's in that, and I'm working on my master's in network management. So I can have a desk job because I work, second and third tier support for.
Yeah, mine's
number
right
of
now at
years.
the moment. It's like a first, second tier kind of spot. I do mostly I do the tickets, but I also do laptops and the support they need with the functions of Microsoft. If I can.
Well, over the years I've been, I've had, got my A plus, my N plus. I was Microsoft certified professional. I was a Dell certified technician, and I was an Apple certified technician. Over the years.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's just the biggest thing for me that I've had the people supporting me through this journey. It's a huge change from just stocking shelves to go into this it's a white collar job.
And I am super happy for you, man.
That's amazing. Yeah.
I've been hoping that this would happen for you, and the next steps you're going to take are just awesome, dude. You're going to enjoy the hell out of yourself. Really you are. John, what are you thankful for this Thanksgiving, buddy?
Well, I'm thankful for the same things, for family. It's my family. I'm thankful that that I have family that I can lean on if I need help. I know that they've helped me. They've helped me through a lot because I suffer from depression, but they've been, they're always, my sister's always there for me. And of course, I'm always there for them too. They need to watch the kids. I go or pick up the kids, I drop everything, pick up the kids, that sort of thing.
Right.
But yeah, my family, I'm thankful for a relationship that I've got with my family that I wish, I was as close as we are now as we were growing up, because, we were estranged for a while. But and I missed a lot of years with my mom before she passed. And I wasn't, I was just getting real close to my dad again when he passed. So I'm glad, like I said, I'm just glad I'm close with all my family now. So
yeah, well, that's a good thing. That's definitely a good thing. Martin, what are you thankful for?
Well, in the entertainment area, I think all of you covered anything I had to say. So in the personal area, yeah, I'm gonna be the cheesy one too. I'm very grateful for my family, my wife, my kid, that everything is okay in our life. I'm very, very, very grateful for the new friends that I have been the opportunity to make along this year. You among them, man. It's
the feeling's mutual, brother.
Yep.
Thanks. It's a very fulfilling experience, man. There's so many different and wonderful people. And lastly, I'm very grateful for my new pet.
What do you got?
A cat, a stray cat. We adopted each other, and we've been forging a very strong bond. So,
okay, very cool, man. I'm a cat guy myself. I got a black one named Midnight. Midnight Shadow is his full name. Yeah.
This one makes 6 for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, check you out. You are the cat guy. Wow.
Yeah.
I can't have pets in my apartment, but
Yeah. Well.
There's one other thing I'm thankful for.
Go.
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. You got to tell the Denver guy all about that, don't you? Well, we'll discuss that more Sunday. But for right now, boys and girls, I want you to enjoy football all day tomorrow. I have to go into
starts
work.
at noon.
I
College.
have to go into
Oh, wait,
work
no, I'm sorry. That's Friday.
at noon, and I get off at 5. So I'll be putting in 5 hours tomorrow at the rehab. They need somebody to watch them while they eat their ham. We're having ham over there for Thanksgiving, but I'll be here with Rhonda up until noon, and then I'll come back and watch the Minnesota Vikings Patriots game. I'll be pulling for the Patriots, but I don't think they're going to win. But I want to let you guys know what's going on next week. And Martin, John, you are invited if you would like to come. Next week on State of the Atmosphere, we are going to
Star Wars
review Andor. The final episode came out today.
Yep.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah,
I'm looking
haven't either.
forward to it because I loved the last episode. We won't get into that right now. I will say that Skarsgård really tripped me out last time. I thought it was great. But yeah, we're gonna do a first season wrap on it. If they're gonna do more than one season, I don't know. I haven't seen.
I believe so. I don't know if it's official yet, but I believe
Okay.
I believe there is a second
But this is, after I was totally checked out after Boba Fett. I didn't watch the Kenobi series. But so far in Disney, my favorite Star Wars movie so far in Disney has been Rogue One. And so I figured I'd give this a chance. And sure enough, it hasn't disappointed. It's not super great, but it is not super bad either.
Well,
it's pretty damn good.
It's the best thing Star Wars Disney has done.
It's done, yeah, on their streaming platform. Absolutely. This is the best thing they've done with Lucasfilm so far.
Well, I mean, Mandalorian.
Well,
no, this is better than Mandalorian.
I don't think this is better than Mandalorian at all.
I think it is.
I think it's great, and I've really grown into it. But this is the least Star. You can really put this setting anywhere in any.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you know what? This has something to do with the rebellion versus the Empire.
That is
we don't
true.
see much of that in Mandalorian.
And I do like the fact. I do like seeing a lot more of the background of the Empire because you really don't see a lot of that in the movies. And
save all those thoughts.
Yeah. Okay.
For next week, pal. Yep. Okay, save all that stuff for next week because we're gonna do it. We're gonna do Andor, first season wrap and review. And that'll be next week on State of the Atmosphere. And don't forget, we don't have the Brothers Hack the Matrix tomorrow, but we will be back on December 1st at 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. My brother and I will be back. And my brother has taken the off time to get a new Mac. He will have upgraded tech, and he will be able to mess with me and be able to interact with the schematics of the show, throwing videos at me when I'm not looking and stuff like that. So
cool.
This ought to be a lot of fun. December 1st when it comes back. And then, of course, Knox's favorite thing. Well, first of all, I will be back throwing. Yeah, I don't have a graphic for it. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. No. Just wait. I forgot about my sketch show. Yeah. I got to do Sketching the Privateer on Saturday afternoon at 1:30 Central, 2:30 Eastern. Just Fire Jim will be there, and I am plotting the last page of issue number 1 of the Privateer. So you might want to check that out. We only got 2 more pages to do. It's the last page and the cover, and the cover will be a week from now. So you got that Saturday afternoon at 1:30 Central, 2:30 Eastern, and what Knox's been looking forward to, we've got championship weekend coming up. And is that Saturday? No.
So this weekend is the last regular season weekend.
Right.
Games have already started. They started Tuesday night yesterday.
Right.
This week's going to decide for the rest of the conferences that haven't already been clinched. Who's going to be in the conference championship games?
We started our big breakdown of this last week. Matt from Small Time Republic was nice enough to join us because I don't watch college football, but Knock loves it, and I know Small Time Republic is knowledgeable about it. And if you haven't seen it, Go back and watch it. It was a great first hour of the show. They
Yeah.
took up the entire first hour, and it was a great back and forth they had. It was pretty good.
Yeah,
We're doing part 2 this
yeah.
weekend. We will, by the time we get on Sunday morning at 10 a.m., we will know who the championship matchups are and when they're going to be played. So be sure to tune in for that Sunday morning. And of course, we're going to cover week 12 in the NFL top to bottom. So,
As an afterthought.
Yeah, as an afterthought. Listen to you. Bullshit. Some of us still love the NFL no matter if our team is losing or not. Okay? So, and some of us, like John, may have the best team in the NFL right now. So be sure to tune in for that. And for my guests, Knock, Das Wolfen, and Martin Acosta Santana, I want to thank you for being here, and I want to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. Be safe in your travels, and we will see you next time. Keep
Happy
on
Thanksgiving,
keeping
all.
on. God bless.
Indeed.